as a professional sales trainer, of course, I believe in the value of training people in the fundamentals of sales, right? It's a lifelong skill that you can take with you forever and through multiple different industries, not just solar. But, wouldn't it just be a whole heck of a lot nicer if you had an irresistible offer to pitch someone, right? Like I always make the joke, and it's probably kind of crass and I probably should stop making it, but I always make the joke that like, do drug dealers have to read books on sales? Right? They kind of don't have to. They just have a product that sort of sells itself. So that's what I really believe, honestly, makes your life a whole heck of a lot easier, because to become fundamentally really strong at sales is a lifelong endeavor, right? That's not something that's going to happen overnight. But if I give you a really, really solid pitch, that's something that you can start gripping onto right away and start seeing success with overnight. So here's what we do. After we make the introduction and after we kind of get into the discovery call, then we kind of jump straight into it. And we start with what's called the home improvement tactic. Now, this isn't new in and of itself, but how we're able to execute it, and more importantly, the fact that we're able to offer this to pretty much anyone, anywhere in the country, and with such ease, is what makes this pitch so unique. So here's the pitch. So I'm talking to a homeowner, and I'm just going to say, now, Mr. Homeowner, out of curiosity, were there any home improvements or remodels that you folks were considering doing? Maybe like a fancy new pool in your backyard, or even like a kitchen remodel, anything like that? And oftentimes we'll hear kitchen remodel. That's a very, very common one. Now I'll let the customer know, hey, cool. So we might be able to get you approved for additional funding to get that dream kitchen remodel done for you. Okay. Now there's three major benefits by wrapping up your kitchen remodel together with solar today and bundling them together. And let me tell you what those three benefits are. Okay. Number one is that if you were to do a kitchen remodel by itself, for that, you would have to take out a typical home improvement loan. Now, home improvement loans, especially these days with interest rates as high as they are, home improvement loans are typically about 10 to 12% interest rate, which is very high, as you can imagine. But if you bundled it together with solar today, we might be able to get you approved for like 3 to 4% interest rate. That's like 2/3 lower, right? So imagine what that's going to do to your monthly payment from here. Now we're dropping it drastically down to here right away. Okay. That's just benefit number one. Benefit number two is that those home improvement loans, those max out at 10 years. But with solar, we'd be able to extend your term to 25 years. It's 2.5 times longer. Imagine what that'll do to drop your monthly payment even more now. And I always use my hands, by the way, as you can see over here. Now, the third, and by the way, this third one here has been fully vetted by attorneys, and you'll have legal writing to back it all up. And now third, Mr. Homeowner, is that we would also be able to get that 30% tax credit applied to the kitchen remodel as well. So it's like getting an automatic 30% discount on the kitchen remodel. Imagine what that'll do to your payment now. I can't even get my own mom a 30% discount on a kitchen remodel if I wanted to. So imagine how much lower your monthly payment is going to be. And I can just tell you right now, by bundling them together today at the same time, you'd be able to get that kitchen remodel done and the solar together for cheaper than just doing the kitchen remodel by itself. So would you like me to check to see if you folks qualify for that? And you could imagine a lot of people say yes at this point. Okay, so now if they say yes, then we know we're going down the path of a loan. If they say no, let's say, for example, they just bought a brand new house with all the bells and whistles, and it's got a pool and it's got everything, right? So they just don't need any upgrades at all. It happens once in a while. Now they don't need any of that other stuff. What I train you to do is to pivot immediately and start going for the PPA. And to do that, we kind of trash the loan, okay? And it's really simple, because here's the pitch. Mr. Homeowner, let me ask you a question. Why are you going solar? And almost everyone's going to tell you because they want to save money every month, right? That's pretty much the universal answer. You say, okay, cool. I get it. That makes sense. That's why pretty much everyone goes solar. So let me ask you a question. If there was a way that we could get to that end goal, which is saving you every money every month with solar, but you didn't even have to take out a loan or put yourself into debt to get there, would that be something that would interest you? Oh, it is? Cool. Well, let's talk about this new option that we've got for you as well. And we call it the no loan solar program. We've actually trademarked this term. So now you have access to this term, the no loan solar program, where now you can actually get the same end result by going solar and saving money every month, all without having to take out a loan. Now we're talking PPAs. Now the PPA, in my opinion, is by far the easier path to success, because there is no loan, there's no going into debt, there's no hard credit check, there's not all that extensive paperwork. It's a very simple transaction. In fact, I even tell my homeowners, I literally say this. I'm like, Mr. Homeowner, the cool thing about going with the no loan solar program is that it's just so simple. I always tell everyone it's like going into a shoe store. You pick the pair of shoes you want. Just tell me what size you wear and I'll meet you up at the counter. I just need to know what size you wear, AKA how many panels do you need, right? It's that simple, guys. So as a Virtual Virtuoso client, not only will you have access to these bulletproof and extremely unique scripts, but you'll also have access to our network of installers that allows you to pull off this tactic because we've established these special relationships with these finance companies, given our unique as an approved vendor as a general contractor. So we now have the ability to pull this off in 20-something states. And the best part is, guys, I hope you're understanding how cool this is. The best part is that if they decide to do the home improvement concept, it's not like you have to go out there and get those quotes for them. You're just handing them the money. They can go get their own 3 quotes themselves. You're just adding this as an adder. Now you get to make extra commission on this. Now, keep in mind, there's a few major advantages by pitching this home improvement tactic. Number one, you now serve to completely decommoditize yourself from the rest of the solar crowd. Now, what does that mean? Solar, unfortunately, is a total commodity. The reality of it is that people just want the cheapest price. You may not think this, but I'm telling you, this is the case. What do you think happens when some door knocker shows up at your property that you just sold later that night and pitches them a similar system for $1 less? Who do you think is going to steal that deal out from underneath you, right? Now, if you tell me, yeah, but our warranties are better. Well, what do you think he just told them? He said his warranties are better. And if you're telling me, yeah, but our service is better. Well, what do you think he said? Do you think he said that his service is mediocre? So there's nothing separating you from each other. And the fact of the matter is that when the homeowner hears all the same thing out of everyone's mouth, that we're the best here, we're the best there, it all turns into a giant blur. And at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters at that point is just the price. So anyone can steal a deal out from underneath you for $1 less. So you're not special. Sorry, none of us are, right? But with this new pitch now, you are, because no one else can come in and offer this. Suddenly that door knocker has nothing on you. And guess what else goes away? The whole, I need to get 3 more quotes objection, because they can't get 3 more quotes. And let me ask you this, who's the real decision maker in every household? It's the wife, right? What do you think the wife wants more? The solar or the kitchen remodel? I think we both know the answer to this question, right? So which one are they going to get more emotionally attached to? Obviously the kitchen remodel. And they have to do it together with solar if they want this amazing deal with you. So imagine how many more deals you're going to close by being able to pull this off. And if instead you have to go the route of the PPA, well, now you win that way too, because most people are not pitching PPAs. And in fact, that's really our main focus of advertising on the PPAs, because everybody out there is advertising for loans and almost no one is advertising for PPAs. So we're going to put you in a very, very unique position, and we show you how to tactically switch back and forth from one to the other. So if you need to pivot from loan to PPA, well, I just showed you how to do that. If you need to pivot from PPA to loan, I'll show you exactly how to do that as well. So I hope you found this helpful.